Leave everything in God's hand, and eventually you will see God's hand in everything. I have seen this truth work itself out over the years I have been in existence. Indeed, God fights for His children, and He does it in the most amazing and surprising way ever. Sometimes He would create a wall around you that nothing and nobody would be able to pierce through, and at other times He would fight the battles through you, and at the other times He would ask you to wait and watch while He does the fighting. However, the summary is that nothing placed in the hands of God can be ruined, destroyed, or stolen because God would fight for it. You know, someone once told me that the reason why our salvation has so much weight and cannot be tampered with is because it's in God's hand. It took God Himself to pay the ransom of our sins, and as such, nothing is strong enough to refute God's plan. Let's see some examples of the promises of God that shows that He is fighting for you in the scriptures. Deuteronomy chapter 20 verse 4. For the Lord your God is the one who goes with you to fight for you against your enemies to give you victory. Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 19. They will fight against you, but you will not overcome you, for I am with you and will rescue you, declares the Lord. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Deuteronomy chapter 3 verse 22. Do not be afraid of them. The Lord your God Himself will fight for you. Romans chapter 8 verse 31. What then should we say in response to these things? If God is for us, who can be against us? How do you let God fight for you? Number 1. Trust God. Trust and obey, for there is no other way to be happy in Jesus but to trust and obey. Honestly, this song says a lot about our Christian work with God. This is because you understand that you are not leading yourself. You have a stronger support system. You have someone who has told you not to worry and is backing you up. Trusting God is more than a feeling. It is a choice to have faith in what He says, even when your feelings or circumstances would have you believe something different. Your feelings and circumstances matter and are very much worth paying attention to. God cares about them both. But those things alone are not reliable enough to base your life on. They can change at any moment, even in an instant. God, on the other hand, does not change. He is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow, and therefore is worthy of your trust. Trusting God is not about ignoring your feelings or reality. It is not pretending that everything is okay when it isn't. Trusting God is living a life of belief in and obedience to God, even when it's difficult. A trust that makes you cast all your cares upon Him because you know He cares for you. Number 2. Live a life of obedience. Sometimes God instructs you to sit and watch Him, and at other times He asks you to take active steps. Now, while many of us are so quick to want to actively involve, you must learn to follow His instruction to go when He tells you to and stay when He tells you to. Do you remember when God told Abraham that it was time to part with Lot, and Abraham allowed Lot to choose which part of the land he wanted? Lot seemed to have picked the best part of the land and left the worst part of Abraham, but because God was on his side, fighting for him, the worst part became a fruitful ground. How well do you obey instruction? Is there anything presently that God cannot demand from you? Maybe you are of the opinion that God has forgotten you or He is not fighting for you. Ask yourself these questions. Am I still alive? Am I breathing? Do I have hope? Take a quick look at your life and you know that the enemy was really out to get you and they failed. What of that time when those people planned against you and wanted to set you up? How about that time when you almost lost your life, or that time when you almost lost your job, or even the time you almost lost your baby? Do you know how many times God has frustrated the plans of the devil for you? While awake and while you were asleep, dear believer, God is fighting for you. Hold on and do not be discouraged. Rather, thank Him for the victories He has won for you. God bless you.